What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, the Hot Commodity Ant C, and today we are diving into All Elite Wrestling Dynamite from September 13th, 2023, live in Cincinnati, Ohio. And we're going to dive right into the action as we have the AEW International Championship on the line. The newly crowned champion Jon Moxley defending against Big Bill, with Ricky Starks by his side after Ricky Starks lost that big strap match against Bryan Danielson at All Out. Ricky Starks and Big Bill have had their eyes on the Blackpool Combat Club and have been attacking them since last week. And tonight, Jon Moxley is looking to get some revenge against these men. And it was a decent match, a lot of action. Ricky Starks gets involved multiple times until Bryan Danielson runs out and attacks Starks, but Starks ends up tossing Danielson into the steps. Big Bill hits a choke slam to Moxley, but Moxley is able to apply a triangle choke, and then Big Bill taps out, and Jon Moxley retains the title. After Ricky Starks attacks Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson until Claudio Castagnoli runs out and makes the save. So Ricky Starks as a heel, he is amazing. I think he's more fit as a heel than a babyface. Big Bill did a decent job as a big guy, and Jon Moxley always looks good in the ring. Seeing this feud between Blackpool Combat Club, and Starks and Big Bill is going to be interesting. Next, we see Renee Paquette interviewing Roderick Strong in the Kingdom. Adam Cole shows up and tells Strong that Samoa Joe could break his neck. Strong says, all you care about is MJF, and when I finish with Samoa Joe, I'm going to end MJF. So we're seeing this friendship between Strong and Cole sort of disintegrate. Tony Schiavone then has Don Callis and Kinosuke Takeshita come out. Callis says, we just beat Omega twice in a week. I learned that in Japanese pro wrestling, leaders are called the ace. When you beat Omega twice in 7 days, you become an alpha. I feel nothing for Kenny Omega. I never had empathy. When you're an alpha, you don't feel, you take. We broke your body and now your heart. And the next target of the Don Callis family is the heart of Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi. We are going to skin and burn Ibushi, and I'm going to love the fact that while we're spilling his blood, you're going to be at home watching like a pathetic cuck you are. And then there's a painting that Callis reveals of Konosuke, and they're basically stabbing Kota Ibushi with a sword, and Callis stabs a screwdriver into Ibushi. I just can't wait for Kenny Omega to finally get his revenge on Don Callis. Don Callis has been able to get the advantage over Omega the past couple of weeks, and once he does, it's going to be sweet and good. And Kota Ibushi, I'm still new to his stuff, so I'm excited to see what he's going to bring. We see the Blackpool Combat Club and Bryan Danielson challenges Big Bill and Ricky Starks to a tag match on Collision. And then Eddie Kingston confronts Claudio Castagnoli and tells him he has one more week. As you know, the AEW Ring of Honor title will be on the the Ring of Honor title will be on the line. This is Claudio defending against Eddie Kingston next week on Grand Slam episode of Dynamite. Orange Cassidy is backstage with Hook, and he tells him that he thinks he's a great champion. It looks like Hook and Cassidy might team up. That would be an interesting team. We then get our feel for a number one contendership match. We have Hikaru Shida taking on Nyla Rose with Marina Shafir, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Toni Storm. The winner will take on the AEW Women's Champion Saraya next week on Dynamite Grand Slam. And Toni Storm gets the win after Baker stomps Shida and Storm rolls up Baker to get the 3 count. After the match, Hikaru Shida gets in Britt's face and Britt takes the Singapore cane. After the match, Saraya and Ruby Soho are interviewed, and Saraya says, when I walked in here a year ago, I was new, and Toni Storm was champion. Now Storm has lost everything, including her mind, and she'll lose next week. So we're going to see two friends go at it in the ring, former friends, and everyone loves this new Toni Storm gimmick, chins up, tits out, and Saraya is a great wrestler as well. I'm excited to see these two ladies go at it next week. The sex gods come out. That's Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara. And Jericho says next week it's the sex gods going one-on-one against one another. We've been together for 4 years. Let's take a look at our friendship. And Chris Jericho shows a great video package of Guevara and Jericho over the years. Jericho says on October 21st, 2018, excuse me, I watched a kid named Sammy Guevara at an NWA show and said, we need to sign this kid. I wanted to help him out as much as I could. Guevara says before next week, I want to say thank you because without you, there would be no AEW. I didn't come here to be just your sidekick. I came to be a champion. And that's never going to happen as long as I'm in your shadow. Jericho says, you were brought here to be a money-making draw, and you're closer every week. Next week, you have the biggest opportunity. You have to beat me. You're going to have to be better than ever before if you want to beat me. But I don't think you're ready just yet. Sammy says, you don't respect me like I respect you. I'm going to beat you, earn your respect, and then we are going to win the tag team titles. Jericho says, next week, I'm going to give you the match of your life, and I'm going to beat the living hell out of you. And Sammy says, I didn't want it any other way. So this is a very passionate promo between these two guys. I'm excited to see these two friends go out next week on Dynamite Grand Slam. And I don't know, I have a feeling that Jericho might cheat to get the win here, but Sammy Guevara is definitely awesome. We see footage of MJF icing his back after last week, and he trashes Roderick Strong and Samoa Joe with Adam Cole standing by him. And he does discuss Steiner's weird math promo that Steiner did back in TNA years ago. So that was pretty funny to see. We then see Hangman Adam Page take on Brian Cage with Prince Nana, and Page gets the win after a deadeye, and he gets a 3 count. This is great action between both men. After Page grabs the mic and he says, "What passion came out of you, Swerve, when you watched me kick your boy's ass?" Remember, Swerve Strickland was on the ramp during the match. He says, I thought after last week you had some balls, but they're hiding in Nana's Burger King crown. And Swerve said, hey, turd, if you think I'm going to fight you now, you suck more than Cincinnati's education system. Me and you will fight at Wrestle Dream, but we're not going to make it easy for you. That's when Brian Cage attacks Adam Page until the Young Bucks attack Brian Cage and nail a double super kick to Prince Nana. So we're gonna see Adam Page and Swerve Strickland at Wrestle Dream. We're also gonna see Bryan Danielson taking on Zack Sabre Jr. That's gonna be an epic match. Daniel Garcia is backstage, and Don Callis interrupts and trashes Chris Jericho. Garcia dances and walks off, and Don Callis says that that's money. We see Darby Allin and Nick Wayne with defeat Magic Matt Menard and Cool Hand Ange with Anna Jay and Jake Hager. Christian Cage and the TNT champion Luchasaurus come out, and Darby and Nick get the quick win after Darby nails a coffin drop to Emma. Afterwards, Christian gets on the mic and Christian says, I did not take the loss at all in. Next week, it's going to be you two versus me and Luchasaurus. So that's going to be a good tag match next week. And then we get our main event, the #1 contendership. The winner will take on MJF for the AEW title at Grand Slam next week. We have the Ring of Honor TV champion Samoa Joe taking on Roderick Strong with the Kingdom. And Samoa Joe gets the win after applying a chokehold. Strong and the Kingdom are in the ring after the match. Adam Cole walks out, and Roderick Strong immediately drops to the floor, yelling about his neck. The Kingdom yell at Adam Cole as Roderick Strong is stretchered out, and they don't let the Kingdom, they don't let Adam Cole near Strong. And as Strong is stretchered out, Adam Cole is on the stage, and Samoa Joe runs up from behind and chokes out Adam Cole. And as he's choking out Cole, he screams to MJF, I'm taking everything from you. Everything. So MJF is gonna have his hands full next week as he takes on Samoa Joe. And I think MJF is gonna be even more upset with Samoa Joe attacking Adam Cole from behind and laying him out. This is a very decent episode of Dynamite. They have me pumped for Grand Slam taking place on Wednesday. I'm excited for that. AEW has been killing it lately. I'm excited for more action to come all the way. Grand Slam again is next week. We have Wrestle Dream on October 1st. So a lot more coming our way. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay safe and stay uncensored.